Thank you, Madam Speaker. In 1 year, Manitoba has fallen from second place in the world to invest in mining to 18th. According to the latest Fraser Institute report, Northern Manitoba is suffering more massive job losses, up to 1,500 from mining closures in Thompson, Flin Flon, information that the Premier coldly dismissed as old news. Will the Premier acknowledge that this new news is proof he's only making things harder for people in Northern Manitoba?
Great question.
The Honourable Minister of Growth, Enterprise and Trade.
Well, Madam Speaker, I'm really pleased for the member to ask me that question because I just got back last night from the world's largest mining convention in Toronto, Ontario, where we met with over a dozen companies, mining companies, exploration companies that said Manitoba is the #1 place to do their business.
Order. Speaker is standing. The Honourable Member for Flin Flon on a supplementary question.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I realize the members of the government think this is quite funny, but investment, Manitoba is no longer the top-ranked jurisdiction for mining investment due to the uncertainty created by this government's policies. And that's a quote. It is the policies of this government which is making life harder for Northerners. This government has cut investments in northern roads. They're making health care less accessible in northern Manitoba, making it harder for mining companies to attract workers and their families. When will the Premier actually start making life better for northern Manitobans instead of worse?
Great.
The Honourable Minister of Growth, Enterprise and Trade.
Madam Speaker, again, it's just unfortunate that the member wasn't in Toronto at the convention because there is a lot of excitement about working and doing business in Manitoba. Not only are the companies interested in doing business and are doing business in Manitoba, these companies are reaching out to their local the Indigenous communities that they're working nearby. They're striking relationships with these companies. They're employing these people that are coming to work on their job sites. They see great potential ahead for further training to get those people working on their job and in their mine sites when these become developed. There is great opportunity happening in Manitoba. It's unfortunate the NDP is so disrespectful to these companies.
The Honourable Member for Flin Flon on a final supplementary.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. An interesting lead-in to my third question. The former Minister of Growth, Enterprise and Trade promised to have a duty to consult framework by last May. He didn't do it. The current minister has taken almost a full-year extension on the same promise. Meanwhile, Alto Ventures recently cancelled an exploration program at Oxford Lake because they didn't know the government's position on consultation with First Nations. When will this government admit that their policies, which are making life harder for northern Manitobans, aren't working to invest mining companies in Manitoba?
The Honourable Minister of Growth, Enterprise and Trade.
Madam Speaker, it's unfortunate that the member for Flin Flon speaks so disrespectful of the Chief Ron Evans and the work that he's doing on a mineral development protocol. They are working that committee is working very hard. They've met with a large number of the communities across the north, and we're getting that protocol together in cooperation with both industry and the local communities. People of the north are excited about this prospect of even more mining activity across the north, which will create good paying jobs for everyone in the north.
The Honourable Member for Point Douglas.
Miigwech